It is your boy, Frankie Figures here, and welcome to another video. Today's video, we are going to be doing the Vikings rebuild. Now, the Vikings are, a very interesting team in terms of our rebuilds, and I think a lot of people would know why. Because of one thing. We have won 2 Super Bowls with this team. I am not joking around with that. So, yeah. So this is my, as you guys couldn't tell from the title, my last rebuild with this team. Or any team, really, in that matter. So, it has been an honor to play Madden 23 and do these rebuilds, but Madden 24, let me go check, is coming out in 21 days, aka 3 weeks. I think it's about time to make one of the last rebuilds we're ever doing. Now, Madden 23 fantasy team, I don't know what I want to do with it yet. I might want to do one more season because but I kind of want to keep it as is. Just end it there. We end off with 10 views, which is pretty much a bang, and I think I might just keep it like that. People might be mad at me, but you can't really blame me for ending things off with a bang, which is pretty much a big bang, like literally, pretty much, I don't know, maybe one of the highest viewed videos out of my entire category. Like, I'm not joking around. That video has 2 times the amount of my second highest viewed videos. That is genuinely insane. And that what makes that just so special. And yes, I will be bringing it back heading in to Madden 24. I was questioning that decision just because the views weren't there and stuff like that, but that one video is making sure that I probably should keep the series. But obviously, again, with a different team and stuff like that, honestly, I might want to consider doing. What team do I want to consider doing, though? Maybe the, it's kind of like Hard Knocks. What team do I want to do? Maybe the Lions? Maybe? I mean, it depends on if that team's actually a 3-4 or not, but I guess that is at the end of the world, isn't it? So, yeah, but anyway, let's get into the rebuild. So, there was one more thing I have to do, and that's kind of just give my players the contracts. I can't believe I forgot about that, but kind of have to. But this is well, again, I don't want to describe how this team is because you know what? Just make sure you go watch my Madden, well, not my Madden, my Vikings video, because that is a pretty darn good video, I'm gonna admit. And it talked about how the team is, and also make sure you watch my series in general, because that it was, well, pretty freaking good, to be fair. So yeah, but before we get in, as usual, I'm trading Kirk Cousins because I just can't, man. But I want to see what we could get out of these. Okay, nothing really eye-popping. I mean, I do like this deal. We get Juicy Jewell, which we need a linebacker, and Jerry Judy, but we don't need a receiver. Stop giving me receivers. I like Allen, but nope, he's too old. Nick Bolton. Okay, that is pretty nice. And also the Chiefs don't need a quarterback, so that just makes that deal even better. Kendall Fuller. If I could potentially change the 7th, maybe, but again, maybe. But nothing really incredible. A first, Nate Davis and Dylan George. I actually would accept that if I just changed Dylan. But before we do that, I want to see if I could change that Commander's deal. I like Kendall Fuller. I really did. But turn that 2nd into a 1st. I mean, that's probably, yeah, too much. I don't blame you. It's just like, I like that the Titans offer, was it like a 2023 first? And they I think it was. I think it might just change instead of, well, Dalton, whatever, for, I kind of want to get Terry Tart, but I don't think that's going to happen. Monty Rice? Go with Monty Rice. We need a linebacker, so it makes sense. Alright, wow. That's honestly a pretty good trade, because we get 2 positions of needs filled, and we get 1st round picks, so that's kind of a win-win on both sides. So, and then the last 2 players I want to get rid of is Delineal Hunter and Harrison Smith. Like, in my other rebuilds, I'm like, wait and see. But now, I kind of want to, like, commit to the rebuild. I don't want to just be, you know? But I do think this team has potential. It's just going to be more like a retooling year. This is going to be our, like, retool year. You know? I don't think they're quite in a rebuild. I think they're just in a retool type of year. You know? I guess they kind of are. I mean, they're not... I mean, they kind of are heading towards a rebuild, but if we're looking at the team now, it's more just a retool of the year. You know? Just looking at this contract just gives me anxiety. Like, look, paying this guy this much amount of money for only being good corner at best. Not looking forward to that contract at all. But, I mean, he is better than all of our other corners, so I can't really blame it. Harrison Smith. I want to go, like, I just want to see the trade block just to see what we could get. Bouzier, Boyd, and a 3rd. That could be pretty useful. I mean, we do need a corner, but we don't really need a receiver. Just, like, again, I love that offer. It's just, like, I don't need Gabe Davis. And Turin Johnson? Like, I honestly prefer this deal just because Tyler Boyd, yeah, he's worse than Gabe Davis, but Clusier is so much better than him. This is a pretty good offer as well. It's just, like, I don't need Jerry Judy. I also don't need Green Grant Sr. This is not a bad offer. It's just like, I don't need receivers. Jalen Phillips and a 1st. I think I might have to consider accepting that. Because, like, the fact we're getting not only a 1st round pick, but we're also getting Jalen Phillips. That's pretty darn good. Deebo Samuel, I like the offer, but it's just not compared to the Jalen Phillips offer, honestly. Unless I could change that 5th into a 2nd, or potentially a player. I'm not accepting that. Tyson Campbell and Christian Kirk. That's actually a very good offer. I like Christian Kirk. He's a very good receiver. The only problem is again, we just don't need receivers. Tyson Campbell could definitely fit like it's nothing, but I don't need receivers. Another good offer. It's just the problem is it just has a receiver. Why are you trying to trade me a receiver? Because I don't need one. This is another good offer. So, which one am I going to go with? Steelers or Dolphins? I think it's going to come down to if I could... No. I think I'm going with the Dolphins. It's just so hard to not accept that offer. Getting a young, talented defensive edge rusher, which we also needed, by the way. Like, it was hard to not pass over. Now, Delineal Hunter is going to be a very interesting one. Javon Johnson the third and a fourth next year. That's not bad. But let's just go see the offers. Nah. I mean, there are some good ones. Telefana Gaganga, that's actually not a bad one. Tyson Campbell as well, that's not a bad one either. Derek Brown in a 6. We do need D-tackle. I think we might have to accept that. But there is one other offer. Do Terry Tart first and 6. That's not that bad either, but I would rather have Derek Brown. There's one offer that may be approved upon, might be better than this deal. Where was that one again? Actually, I just want to double check if I want to take it. Gerald Dean is pretty good though. No, I don't really see it. So I'll just go with the Derek Brown offer. Like, the fact we're getting younger and a slightly worse player just pretty much proves to you there. DJ Warman, honestly, if I could just get a 5th, I'll take it. A 5th. Literally just a 5th round pick. Or a decent backup player, which is kind of what I was looking for. Who's also young. Alstia Davis, just like we already have decent depth at safety. It's just like we don't have like a true safety. Let me just see if anybody has interest. Maybe we could steal a 4th. And maybe a 6th too. Who knows? Wow. That was a steal. In my opinion, that is. So we didn't really improve on offense making those deals, except getting Nate Davis, which that could definitely help. Just not now, because we don't have a quarterback. But our defense is pretty freaking good, honestly. Like, yeah, we do need more corners and stuff like that. But if Andrew Booth does develop as we think he would, this could be pretty much a fixed defense. Just, again, we need a fixed linebacker, and then maybe another edge rusher, but that's about it. And maybe safety. Maybe, because he actually could develop like a freaking monster in this game. So, yeah. Let's simulate to mid-season. I'm not gonna lie, I really, like, again, this is probably going to be a very good team heading in, but we still have a lot of holes on the team. And I also hope that Jordan Addison can develop as a receiver. So, yeah. I mean, like, I think we're going to be mediocre just because, like, we do have a decent running back, not great. We do have Justin Jefferson. We also have a solid defensive line. Like, I mean, We have, like, our all linemen are all 75s and above, but there's no, like, 90 plus overall offensive linemen. Our closest one, I think, is Christian Darrisaw, which, heading into Madden 24, he is probably one of the most underrated players. Going to be honest with the Chief. So, yeah, but again, this is a perfect time to try to like and subscribe to the video, because it is, because we're in simulation, so I'll see you in mid-season. Alright, so we are 3-3. Not that bad. I mean, we could still contend a playoff spot easily. Just, it's not going to be easy. So, yeah, not surprising. We have one of the worst offenses in the league. But we do have one of the best defenses in the league. Cam Newton, wow, we only got sacked 8 times. That's not that bad. And that just proves to you how good this offensive line is. You know what's so nice to see? Despite his less receptions, he's only 2 less touchdowns and 20 less yards than Justin Jefferson. So that's a good sign. Well, for now, that is. Our O-line, relatively good. No one has 5+ sacks, thank God. Monty Rice is a tackle machine. 5 sacks for Jalen Phillips. Not bad. 3.5, for Marcus Davenport. Like, literally, we completely, retooled the entire defensive line. And honestly, in my opinion, it's better. So we have a top 10 defense, but we don't quite have a top offense. But if we could get a quarterback, I think that could be a different story. So, left end, left side linebacker, and free safety. Which position do I want to focus on? We don't need a free safety. We do not need a left end. We do need a left side linebacker, though. So maybe outside linebacker might be the idea. Wait, let me look on the positions that are like the weaknesses. We might need a left guard, but we don't really need one. Right side linebacker we don't need, and as maybe a center. Maybe. But the best player in this draft is Ben Rhodes, who fits our scheme, though. He fits the scheme. I'm pretty sure he does, right? No, he doesn't. But if I probably move him to the left, then he probably would. Scheme fit. There's Bison Rogers. He's probably, watch him be like an 80 or something overall. I already can feel it. I just feel it. And don't we need safety? So that could be a potential pick. We do have to get a high pick in the draft. But maybe the trades I might want to make aren't going to happen. That's not going to happen. Verse Smith. I'll accept Yeah, I think this low risk offer is probably gonna accept. Welcome to the team. Welcome, or I should say, welcome back. Nate Davis doesn't want to come back. I would like to bring him back on a 3-year deal pack and just pay him a ton of freaking money. There you go. We still are under it paying him $8 million a year, so that's pretty nice. Alexander Madison, though, it's a bit of a trick one. I think just a 4-year, give you a little bit more money. All right, and he's back. Good. I'm glad he only accepted this 4-year deal contract because I'm not a big mood in accepting that. I think the rest, for now, I don't want it. Fine. As well, but except Marcus Dataport, I do want to bring him back. Garrett Bradbury, like a 1-year pack. That's the most I'll give you. Nope. Because he knows he could probably just accept the franchise tag instead, so. Yeah. But now let's go make some trades. So Garrett Bradbury just doesn't seem like he's going to be the center. So I think I might as well trade him rather than getting nothing. But the problem is we won't get any good center in return unless we go on and sign a free agent, obviously. Ryan Leaf, a 3rd and a 7th. I mean, that's pretty hard to pass over. We're getting that 3rd. And that's kind of going to be a little hard to get, if you know what I mean. But nothing really enticing. But I would like just like a mid, maybe even a 3rd, just and also just for a decent center, like yeah, like Doug Kramer. How about we swap centers and 1-year 3rd round picks? Okay, that's not enough, but we do have a ton of late round picks, or mid, I should say. No, we don't. I thought we traded for something. Oh, whatever. How about a 5th? No. How about a 4th? No? Well, I mean, I don't really want a 3rd anyway. Just, how about a 5th instead? Nope, still not enough. You're saying that they value more Lou Cushenberry the 3rd than Garrett Bradbury? Oh. Lou Cushenberry in a 7th for exchange of Garrett Bradbury. So, technically, we get a slightly less center, but we also get a 7th. So, not the end of the world. And then, one thing I wanted to do was try to look for a middle linebacker because we do need middle linebacker help significantly. But I also would like to get a quarterback as well because we're not going to make the playoffs with Cam Newton. So, yeah. How about Jacoby Brissett? How much do they want for Jacoby Brissett? A 3rd and a 5th, or Cameron Dantzler Sr.? I think that's pretty worth it. So, Jacoby Brissett, I mean, yeah, that does sting, because now we got Chris Boyd, but not the end of the world. Middle linebacker, I just want a decent one, like in the 70s at least. Kitty Young, not really young. Ooh, what about Jermel? I know this is probably going to be a lot since he's 21. I did just sign him under contract, but KJ Osborne, I'm totally fine with getting rid of. Totally. So now we have a potential building block now on defense in Jamel Dean. And we actually have a decent quarterback in Jacoby Brissett. So this team could potentially make a playoff run. Obviously, I think Jacoby Brissett is probably going to lose the first 2 games because he's not like knowing the playbook. I mean, we kind of just, what we kind of got, though, was, like, just a worser version of Kirk Cousins. But if we could make it to the playoffs, that does show that this team is very good. But if we don't, that's fine. But I would like to just see what would happen if we did end up with a decent quarterback. So, I mean, are we going to make it to the Super Bowl with this team, even with Jacoby Brissett as a quarterback? Probably not. But I do think the team around can definitely be good enough to make it into the playoffs and maybe even a playoff game. Like, win one playoff game. But I think that's about it. But that's totally fine. Because this is like I said, pretty talented team with some very good talent all over the roster. Or all over the team. But, I mean, we may not have, a ton of, we still have decent holes all over the roster. Quarterback is still a need. Running back is a need. Slot receiver is now a need. Maybe, because with Charles Johnson, I'm not expecting to be a big help. Linebacker is a need. Outside edge rusher is a need, but only one, because we already have Phillips. Corner is a need, and maybe safety, but that's about it. So that's 5, 6 needs, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's potentially 7. So, I mean, I guess that's an issue, but I feel like every team does have weaknesses. Though. That's the thing. I mean, look at the Chiefs that won the Super Bowl. They didn't really had a true WR1, but they still won the Super Bowl. Could do now. Okay, so we did terrible, but I hoped that for a 9-8 record, or I don't know, above or something. But I mean, for where we're heading, it's not that terrible. 25th in offense, so at least we did improve. But our defense significantly declined. Maybe it was probably because of the fact that we did lose Cameron Dantzler, but that's fine. Jacoby Brissett did do a lot better, but it is a flip. Like, Cam Newton had less interceptions, more completion percentage, but Jacoby had more yards and touchdowns. So, I don't know if that was the right move or not. Alexander Madison just barely missed the 1,000 mark. So that's not that bad. Receiving Justin Jefferson and both Jordan Addison. I think I did pronounce his name wrong, but I don't really care. Both gotten over 1,000 yards. TJ Hawkinson did decent, totally fine. And yeah. Our O-line did pretty well. I mean, I'm a little disappointed in Christian Darrisaw, but that's about it. Monty Rice had the most tackles on our team. But how is, Jacoby Dean? He's not really that good. That's fine. 9.5 sacks for Derek Brown. And 8 for Jalen Phillips. So at least our additions were fine. Like our new additions to defense. 3 interceptions over Byron Murphy. That's very useful. Monty Rice is just something else this team. Just the issue is that we need a quarterback. I feel like if we just had a better quarterback, it would be a different story. So let's the Ravens one. But some interesting defensive rookies of the year, that's for sure. That's nice to see some new ones, you could say. So he did decline to star dev. That's okay. I mean, it's just like, it is a little unfortunate because it does hurt his development, just not as much. Because it's not like he can't get it back. You know? We're over 70 million though. That's a good sign. Because then we could potentially get a good quarterback, maybe from a trade or something, and so on and so forth. Yeah, Jacoby doesn't want to come back. That's not a surprise at all. I swear to God, if it's this because we didn't somehow make it to the postseason, or, I mean, we're not like quote unquote Super Bowl contenders, I'm so confused. Because, again, we literally were an 8 and 9 team. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. I'll give you a 3-year deal, but. Oh, he's going to accept it. Okay. I was about to say he probably won't, but. I'm not complaining. Derek Brown, I'm just hoping that can get a bit of a better season than he did last year. And then maybe our defense can be better. I can't essentially blame him when we can't get any corners. So, Jordan Poyer, dude, DeAndre Payne. I mean, we don't really need him, but it would have been nice. Jermel Peppers, do I just move him to safety? That actually doesn't really is a bad idea. 3-year deal. He also has Superstar Dev too. That's another thing to mention. And he's also still decently young. He's not young, but he's still, you know, decent. I'm just gonna look. Nelson Aguilar. Do I really think I want to sign you? No. Just look at centers. Left end. What about a linebacker, actually? Sean Evans. That could be not bad. 2-year. I would like to do a 2-year deal. Obviously, it'll increase your money, of course. I'm not giving you that high risk contract, but let's see what you. Okay. So he could accept. I said could. I didn't say might. Steven Nelson. I just signed him on like a 1-year pack or something. I mean, he's decent. Still got stuff on the tank, so give him a 1-year pack. That's fine. I didn't think we re-signed our kicker, right? Did we? No. Roddy Blankenship, welcome to the team, buddy. Yeah, he's definitely signed with us. So, I just hope that we get all the free agents. So, Sean Evans, still thinking. We only gotten 2. Who's the only one that we didn't get? I'm trying to think. Who's the only one that we didn't get? Oh, it was Terrell Peppers. That was the guy. Hopefully he accepts his contract. Nope, he's still in it, but now we're not in first anymore. Alright, making him a little bit more money this time. And just hoping that he comes and accepts us. And Seahawks made him a contract that he can't refuse. We might not even get Rashawn Evans, so that's nice. I mean, unless I move him to a 3-year deal, which I guess I could have did, but I just don't want to. And it was like that was gonna help. So where are we though in terms of picks? I'm assuming we need to get Rashawn Evans, which is fine. Because after all, we still got Nakobe Dean, and Monty Pitts is decent, so not the end of the world. Oh, we did get Rashawn Evans. Okay then. I mean, I'm not complaining. I just didn't think that was going to happen. So, edge rusher, safety, that's really our only needs at the moment. Just have a band-aid. Then we need to get quarterback. Like, we need to get quarterback. Quarterback is a need. Slot receiver and running back is a need. Even if Alexander Madison had nearly over 1,000 turns, I would still like to actually have a running back. But the question is, where are our picks at? I know we have 2 firsts. One from Tennessee. Yeah, this is going to be a terrible quarterback class. We're at 12. Why don't we expect to get a D tackle? We don't need one. So, oh. So apparently Tennessee went on a deep playoff run. But let me check the quarterback position. So people are saying that he's not going to be good. So do I swing a trade? I mean, he does have some decent attributes. Like, he has decent speed. He has elite strength. Great throw power. But I just don't think he's going to be good. It's just the issue. What about Lucas Cody? Oh, he is so much better as an athlete. He is so much better. You know what? Lucas Cody is probably going to be a guy I might want to consider trying to swing for. If available. If. I just want to try to get Bryson Rogers. Bryson Rogers. Watch, like he's also, he could be a good corner too. I think. Maybe. Look, everything's above decent or above. And that's pretty good. A in man, B to D in zone. I think hybrid is probably going to give him like a C or B in man, probably. But that's just, I only could guess. I can't make a perfect prediction like that. I just hope that there's a good pass rush. Eli Lennon, like, do I just swing like a decent, like, go get like a decent player? I mean, do I just like swing a trade for like a decent linebacker, outside linebacker, pass rush, or do I just have it as what we have right now? I mean, I don't know. I don't want to give up something huge, but I also don't want a terrible defensive end. So, we're kind of in a nitpick here. We need an edge rusher. No. Terrell Taylor's not that bad. Terran Bowsler. David Ojabo, maybe. Maybe David Ojabo, because, like, he is their third edge rusher. Clavion Chase Young, maybe. Because they might as well trade him for something rather than nothing. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with David Ojabo. How much are they asking for, is the question. A second and a fourth. No. And I'm not even trading you Jordan S. Don't even dare think about it. Terrace Bowser, then. Like, how much would be him? So I could trade these two. So it seems like they're interested in Jalen Rieger, so that's interesting. But I am not giving you a second. No. For this type of a guy, no. But I will give you Jalen Rieger. I will give you Jalen Rieger. And accept it. Surprising. 5th round pick in Jalen Rieger. I mean, that seems pretty fair. Wow. They really don't care. Okay, then. Well, I'll try to get Darylin Taylor, because he's worse and same age, pretty much. 3rd round pick for Darryl Taylor. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. It's not that bad. I think he's going to be a decent player. I think he is definitely worth a 3rd, I think. Unlike Terrell Basler, who's like worth like, what, 2nd and a 6th? God. I'll give him Star, though, because, like, he was a lot better than what this game is giving him. So, yeah, he should be a decent player. And there you go. There fixed the edge rusher problem. Now we could kind of a little bit more focus on offensive needs rather than defensive needs, since we kind of don't really have one. And also, on safety, I could just move my backup free safety or Lewis Cine to strong safety. So, at the end of the day, I don't really need to get a safety. But, I mean, I kind of would prefer still to get Byron Rogers, just because, like, he is such a good player. But, like I already could tell you, he's probably going to be in the 80s, and with hidden development. Like, that's just the truth. Like, A and man, that's going to be pretty good. I mean, it might not be like I think it's like in the lower 80s, late 70s, but yeah. All right, is he off the board? That is a big question. Oh, so we have the 16th pick too. I didn't know that. I didn't know we actually had 3 first-round picks. That's interesting. They are both available. I think I'm going to swung a trade to move up. So, because of I turned off league management, we are going to keep Byron Rogers. I think we're going to draft Byron Rogers here, but I'm going to swing a trade with the Seahawks to move up in the draft. But I think with my other first-round pick, I'm probably going to look for a running back or trade for picks next year. It's nothing in between the 2 picks. So, what do the Seahawks have to offer? Like, what do they want for the 13th pick? Or how much is this to them? Okay. Maybe like a 5th. I think a 5th would be enough. To swing just like, move. Nope, that's not enough. How about, you know what, actually, we might not even need to trade any picks. Let's just trade him. Okay, that's not enough. How about a 6th? I feel like they were going backwards, kind of. Okay, they don't want a 6th. How about a 5th? You want a 5th? 144? Okay. I think that was a solid trade, though. Like, we're trading somebody that we don't need anymore. We're also trading a 5th. and just to move a couple spots up into the draft. It's pretty darn worth it. So Byron Rogers is available. We're easily taking him here. And then we're taking the quarterback. So, yeah. But the question is how good is he? So, yep, as I expected, hidden development. Like, safeties are kind of like guaranteed that. 91 acceleration, 89 agility, 90 change direction, 85 jumping, 90 speed. And there's all his attributes. But I kind of wish that it should. With one thing I hope that they fix is that they show you when you draft them. That'll be cool, but I just don't think. I mean, it's EA we're talking about. So. And then Lucas Cody, who hoping is going to be pretty freaking good. I mean, he's in development, so that's a good sign. Hoping that's a good sign. Like, I'm hoping that we get an actual player. So, Richard Allen is off the board. He's a D tackle, so I don't care. But let's go check the running back position. I don't like receiving backs just because, like, they're just not an ideal. He's pretty good at everything, though. I'm gonna admit. It's just the only guaranteed A's, though, are route running. And that's a bit of a concern. Because it's, again, just route running. It's not anything like... Everything is pretty much good in terms of athleticism. And he can also be a power back as well. So I really like him. I like him. Just the problem is... I probably do, honestly. Eli Ware. He is a amazing athlete, except he is not a power back whatsoever. But I just like him because he's like all around good. He's an all around good player. Wait, is this the guy who I wanted? I think so. Hidden development, so that's a good sign. I'm just hoping he's at least a 75. And what start? Well, I obviously know he has start at. That's what hidden development is. Lance Kramer. So, I mean, that's kind of it. I just think maybe a corner. If there is no corner, then I'm going to look at linebacker. Man-to-man. I don't really need a man-to-man. I kind of just need a slot corner, but I'll look at him as well. He's probably going to have decent attributes, but that speed is just a bit hard to ignore. Just very hard to ignore. What about Juice's Walter? Okay, she's C in man. He probably might have C in zone too. And he's also a very good athlete. Take him. Normal development, that's not a good sign. But again, all of his, like, it's just like he needs to work on his man and maybe his zone potentially. But I think they had a good draft. Yes, we should have taken a linebacker, but Monty Rice and Jamel Dean are both good in their own rights. And we did get Rashawn Evans. So, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. And this team can easily get moved to a 4-3. It's just like I have to trade them Marcus Davenport. We literally just signed to a contract. That's the issue. So, yeah, if I want to move this team to 4-3, we can. It's just the only problem is I kind of have to trade Marcus. Well, let's see how the draft was. Yep, as I expected. And if anybody says, oh, that was such a bad pick, you're wrong. Bryson Rodgers, 79 overall. Lucas Cody, potentially our franchise QB, 74 overall. Chris Hatchett, though, I'm a little disappointed. And Juices Folker. I'm honestly a little surprised he's in the 70s in all. Derry Dyson could be a nice backup, and Tony Rivers has starter potential. Philaniko is probably just going to be a backup at best. So, not a bad draft. Our best player is a 79, and our worst player is a 64, but that was our last pick, so we can't really blame that. Our offense looks pretty darn good. I just really don't want him over the development. He's a good backup running back, but he might want to be my starter, so that's gonna be a little tricky with him. I do like our offense. Our offense is very, very talented all over, and our defense. This is like the question: what do I want to do with Rivers? I want him to start. I really, really do. But who do I want to replace then? Do I replace Marcus Davenport, who I literally just signed? Or do I want to replace Harrison Smith? Probably Harrison Phillips. I actually said Harrison Smith, but it's Harrison Phillips. Honestly, kinda just hope for a second round pick this year. That's really all I want. Oh, I was about to say, if I could get a first from the Bucks, that's great. I just gotta keep an eye on their cap space as well, because nobody has cap space. Commanders, you just went to the Super Bowl. Oh, they just have them at the normal, like, picks and stuff. But let's just see how close, okay. Unless they really want him, it's most likely I'm not going to get it first. Most likely. Eagles, 19th overall pick. I might, though, want to just instead take 2 seconds, but I don't think that's going to work, which, as not surprising at all, it didn't work. So, how about trading my own seconds? We're swapping a second, but we're also gaining another second. There you go. Harrison Smith in a second, Harrison Phillips in a second for 2 seconds. Probably one of the weirdest trades of all time, but who cares? But the question is do I want to move him to left end or move Derek Brown to like right end and then maybe move Marcus Davenport to left end? I want to see, do I want him left end? Do I want him left end? Because I think Derek Brown just having him at right end might be better. So he actually has a morale boost. And I don't think he would have that if he was at a different position. So yeah, I think I am going to keep him at left end. It just, unfortunately, does decline our overall to a 79 instead of an 80. Which that's okay. Honestly, I do think he has start depth. There's no way it's anything like... I mean, maybe a superstar. I think it could be. I wouldn't be surprised, but definitely not superstar X Factor, though. So, yeah. I guess we'll just simulate it to the midseason. We're probably not going to make it. We might make it to the playoffs this year. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't. Just because, the rookie quarterback and... Okay, we still don't really have, like, at terms, good linebacker. But I don't think this team... really does need a good linebacker when pretty much every position is pretty much filled, so yeah. wow. Honestly, I was expecting like a 4-3, 4-2, maybe record, but like, I did not expect to be 5-1 in week 8. We do actually have a ton of cap space, but for not such a great reason. You have to pay Justin Jefferson. You have to pay T.J. Hawkinson. You have to pay Derek Brown. Like, we have a lot of players we need to pay back. But Justin Jefferson is definitely a priority. So, let's just go look at what is happening, let's say. So, we are 21st in offense, so I'm assuming then it's just because our defense is just super well. Oh, never mind, it's like 11. That's fine. 6 sacks. Woof. Wow. At least he's getting some carries. That's like what I want to know. Jordan Addison has more receptions than Justin Jefferson. Yards. That is really interesting. Unless he got like injured at some point during the season, I'm a little shocked. Let me just double check though. I need to double check. Let's see here. Yep, he has played. Oh no, he didn't. He missed week 2 and 3. So yeah, that makes sense. I guess that makes sense. And his recent game, like, what's interesting is he has not had like any over 100-yard game. That's interesting. Oral line has been incredible. A little disappointed no Christian Errors all time for the most sacks, but because that's life. Jamel Dean with the most tackles. I am a little disappointed though with our defensive line. I get it, like it should be spread out, but I was also expecting more sacks. 2 interceptions for both Andrew Booth, so at least he's starting to develop into actually being a good corner, which is what I've wanted him to do, especially this year since I have now Steven Nelson at corner, and Byron Murphy, Jamel Dean, Rashawn Evans, and Jalen Phillips all end up also getting 1 interception at least this year. But I am disappointed with the sacks. Like, we pretty much have as much sacks allowed as sacks. That's not a good thing. Unless you're like the Bears offensive line. Then that's really freaking good. So corner, right tackle, and wide receiver. Probably going to be corner. Nah, I'm going to go receiver. We do need a receiver. And also just in case if we don't get Justin Jefferson back, which I hope we do. Get him back. So, yeah. So, Justin Jefferson doesn't have any interest. It's probably because he thinks that we are... Oh, it's because we're a quarterback. It's really because of quarterback A. And scheme fit? What do you mean? This actually is such a lie. Like, that is such a lie, and I just have to admit it. So, I'll give you a 7-year deal. What's the low risk contract has to say? Okay, I'll give you an up in signing bonus. Just a decrease, though, in salary. There's no way I'm giving you that much money in salary. Nope. You really? Bro. He wants me to change my entire scheme. My entire scheme just for him? That is so frustrating, dude. I wish I told you what scheme he would fit in. Actually, wait. Hold on a minute. What is it? So, deep threat. Playmaker. He fits the scheme. What do you mean? 95 in playmate? What? I mean, I have to find a deep threat, and I think the only one is air raid, and I don't really like running that scheme. That's the problem. Playmate, deep threat. Oh, vertical zone run. Oh, only if I could make him happy. So we're changing our entire scheme just for our best player. I know it's dumb, but that's kind of like the only thing I could do if I can have him back on the team. But obviously we can't do that now because, well, we just signed it. So I'm assuming next week he's going to have a completely different opinion about this team. So TJ Hawkinson, I'll give him a 5-year deal. Like, I think his bonus should be right where it is. Alright, so he's back. Thank God. And now we could get Derek Brown on a contract. He's like in the biggest of interest, which I guess I want to blame him with the history. But I would still like to bring him back. And he is. Just the problem is we're going to have no money for free agency next year. I mean, this year. We're going to have no money because we are paying all of our players in 1 month. But the problem is we're going to have to renegotiate with Jefferson, so technically we still have a lot of money. So, yeah. Did we beat the Bengals? I'm not going to be surprised we do. Not, I mean. Yep, we lost. But I'm not sad. But breakout QB. This could be a good opportunity for a breakout QB too, because we're going against the Bears. Which they're the Bears. So, let's see here. Throw 1 or fewer interceptions and have 350 scrimmage yards or 4 total touchdowns to get a death trait up to superstar. So yeah, as I thought, it's star. Wouldn't be surprised if it was superstar. But if he does well in this game, you might get superstar dev, so that's kind of worth it. He still doesn't look... What? It's because this team doesn't have a franchise QB. Are you serious? Why not low risk? Let's try the low risk contract. Except, obviously, I'm making it a 7-year pack rather than... Okay. Thank God. Justin Jefferson's back. We actually free up $2 million than what we did before. So, that's actually kind of nice. Terrell Taylor, 2-year deal, and this much amount of money. He wants this. He just wants a longer contract, probably. I don't know if I could be the team that gives him that. Lewin Cushenberry, I would love to bring back. Love to. I just don't think he's gonna. Oh, dead. Okay. So we have 49 mil projected. But I think if I just change his contract to a 3-year deal, I think he's going to extend it. That was just the issue. We didn't want that deal. But we're going to simulate this game anyway because I am curious to see if we do beat the Bears. And if we do, that gives a good chance potentially to get that depth trade, which that could be very useful. So we did win, but we unfortunately did exactly get 4 touchdowns, which we probably got one from the run. So I'm assuming he doesn't get the depth trade. I'm assuming so. No depth trade on 15. I mean, it's like he needed it. It's just like I would prefer it if he did. You know? So, yeah, but heading into the season, we're 6-2. We're most likely going to make it to the playoffs, for sure. So, Eldrick King, Cleveland, though, I would like to give him a contract. So, what if I just give you a 3-year deal? Yep, there you go. That's what I figured. Literally pretty much the exact contract, except now a 3-year deal instead. CJ Ham, I might give him a contract. Who knows? Elvin King, Cleveland. He's back. 44 mil left in cap. So we still actually have plenty of cap space, despite all the signings that we're doing. So it's not that bad. Still could be able to get like a couple of guys, but that's it. So we're going to simulate it to the postseason. I really am hoping that we at least make it to the postseason. The Packers, we might not win our division because of the Packers, but I wouldn't mind at least winning a playoff spot. I wouldn't mind. Just please tell me we can make it to the playoffs. Just please. Teams should be pretty good enough to do it. Okay, so we did win our division. Not in a record that I did think, though. But we did win the division, so that's just a relief. But 11-6, it's not that bad. But I think we did, unfortunately, place 4th. Unless somehow that team is... Yeah, that's what I think. So we placed 4th. So yeah, we're going against the best non-home field teams, so in our division. So that stinks. So we went 11th in offense. So remember where we were at like 24 last year, but we did make an upgrade, 16th in defense. Our quarterback played incredible. Maybe a little less interceptions would have been nice, but he still did pretty respectively well. Alexander Madison had a very good year. He ended up having 17 touchdowns. But Chris Hatchett had a pretty good season too. Ended up with star devs, so that's nice. Receivers Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison both have incredible years. Addison with 15 touchdowns. And it says that he might be a runner or offensive MVP. That is now interesting. And then Jalen Reagor somehow had over 900 yards. I don't know how, but he did. All linemen, all of them did respectively pretty well. No one had 5 or more sacks. It's pretty nice. Jamel Dean was just a machine in that middle of the field. But I guess that's fine. I mean, we did kind of just like were jumbled, you could say, in sacks. 7 interceptions for Byron Murphy. That is actually crazy. I know that's not record breaking, but 7 interceptions though is pretty darn good. Jamel Dean, though, with 4. That's pretty nice. Andrew Booth also with 4. Rashawn Evans, then we went drop to 1s, but Rashawn Evans, Steven Nelson, and Jalen Phillips all had 1 interception. But where is Jordan Addison then placed? Cody Long or Chris Long might be Offensive Rookie of the Year. Yeah, he's Offensive Rookie of the Year. In fact, if he placed 6th in an MVP voting, that should be good enough. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, he's 6th. He's 6th. That's not that bad. Defense, Jamel Dean made it at 5. I'm surprised it doesn't say. And Byron Murphy at 8. That's good. So, yeah, Lucas Cody, he's probably going to win a Rookie of the Year. So that's nice. And Erton Rivers, who was our late-round D-tackle, made it 6th. So wow, top 3 quarterback in the NFC. That is crazy. Running back, Alexander Madison made it 7. Jordan Addison made it at 2. Justin Jefferson, yeah, I was about to say he should be nearby. Oh, linemen, surely one of them made it. Yep, Christian Darrisaw. D lineman, no one made it. Linebacker, surely. What? Jamel Dean didn't make it. That's interesting. Byron Murphy was the best corner for DB of the year. That is going to give him a depth trait. Welcome to the live stream. So, he won best DB. That should give him a depth trait, so that's nice. But the question is, can we beat the Carolina Panthers in the wild card? Break the streak of not making playoff games. Probably when I say that, we're probably going to lose our watch. Yep, I called it. 42-28. Well, I'm going to end the video here. I might make a part 2, who knows. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy.